Hey guys, it's Captain Forest here, and in today's video I'm going to be going over both these combatants to see who would win more often not in an equal stats situation. Galactus from Marvel Comics versus Beerus the Destroyer from Dragon Ball Super. So if you guys enjoy my content, please leave a like, comment down below, and of course subscribe for further content. Also, make sure you check out the Coffee Shop Gang. I make awesome content. Their links will be in the description. Also check out the HQ Squad, shouts to them that helped me in my videos. Korin was a huge help in this video today, so much appreciated to him, and also my supporting links will be in the description. So I'm going to go ahead and cover Beerus, and then I'm going to cover Galactus afterwards. Beerus is the god of destruction of Universe 7. He is accompanied by his martial arts teacher and attendant, Whis. Beerus' twin brother is Champa, the god of destruction of Universe 6. Beerus is the main antagonist of the Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods film and the god of destruction Beerus saga, but becomes a supporting character in later sagas. Beerus is powerful, yet lazy and playful. Like most cats, his similarities to cat-like behavior and also display in his love for long sleep sessions and how he grooms himself. Beerus is always in a bad mood when he wakes up from his deep slumber, but becomes less grumpy the more awake he becomes. Similar to many cats, he likes to display dominance and will claim whatever he desires to have without much consideration for how it will affect others. As a god of destruction, he is tasked with maintaining balance in the universe. As mentioned, Beerus is the god of destruction of Universe 7, and his administrative zone includes planet Earth. He slumbers for several years to several decades straight, and he destroys planets in his zone. During the few years when he is awake, this is because destruction is required in order to create new planets, but he does not act on the Supreme Kai's orders, nor does he try to coordinate his actions with them. The god destroys according to his own judgment. Also, because he is quite capricious, Beerus destroys even important planets without a second thought when he finds it bothersome. He lets someone else act as an agent of destruction while he is awake. Tense days for the Supreme Kais continue, as nobody knows how many planets will be sacrificed. So in terms of hacks and special abilities, Destroyer God is not lacking. For starters, we know that Beerus was able to seal Elder Kai in the Z-Zord in an instant, which means that this lazy purple cat has sealing tactics up his sleeve. We've seen Beerus demonstrate power nullification tactics on more than one occasion. Beerus is capable of duplicating himself and can utilize this in tactical ways during combat. So it's time to talk about the Hakai. You know, the thing that gods of destruction utilize to erase living beings, souls, inanimate objects, energy attacks, and much more. The Hakai is also capable of affecting and completely warping the world of Void, which is a void of nothingness. Oh, and let's not forget how the Hakai doesn't just erase you from the present, it erases you from the past and future as well. How about we move on down the line and talk about the skill, experience, and intelligence that Beerus brings to the table. As a god of destruction, Beerus possesses millions of years of fighting experience. How? He casually defeated the entirety of the Z-Fighters with nothing more than a bored expression on his face. Keep in mind that multiple C-Fighters are masters of prodigal skill. Due to his tutelage under Whis, Beerus has mastered a wide variety of martial arts and has extensive knowledge of pressure points, allowing him to instantly incapacitate foes of Goku's caliber of skill with a single attack. According to Whis, Beerus knows the Ultra Instinct technique but hasn't fully mastered it yet. In the manga's Universe Survival Saga, during the Xeno Expo, Beerus used Ultra Instinct against the other gods of destruction, enabling him to handle multiple gods of destructions simultaneously. As far as stamina goes, Beerus easily was able to take out the entirety of the C-Fighters without breaking a sweat, and casually took on Goku even after he became Super Saiyan God without breaking a sweat either. Last but likely not least, Beerus has resistance to multiple hacks and special abilities. Starting off, we know that Beerus has a greater amount of ki, as well as more fundamental ki than Majin Vegeta, the same Majin Vegeta who's resisted Babidi's mind control. Beerus is also superior to Buu Saga Vegito in this regard. This is definitely impressive, considering even after Buu turned him into a Drawbreaker, Vegito was capable of fighting and overpowering him. So yeah, looks like Beerus can resist transmutation. Universe 7's God of Destruction was unaffected by Ribriane's Light of Love, which causes anyone who smells the aroma released by the attack to become infatuated with her and the other kamikaze fireballs, which means Beerus is capable of resisting empathy manipulation. Empathy manipulation is essentially the ability to allow influence of feelings and emotions, usually associated with mental manipulation, but can sometimes be carried out by other ways. Direct biochemical effects controlling emotions can be divided into manipulating positive and negative emotions. It's also possible to use the absorption of emotions and their conversions into energy, as well as predicting the enemy's actions by comprehending his or her emotions. God of Destruction have the same energy of destruction aura, and it is completely ineffective against other God of Destructions. In fact, Goku stated that Ariel's Toon Force would not work on Beerus. For those of you who do not know, Toon Force is similar to reality warping, but only that it is based usually on what's comedic. It is the ability to replace or apply absurd laws to the universe. The users gains the ability to rewrite the laws of physics in their universe to their convenience, and is allowed to overwrite them with far more ridiculous ones in service of hilarity. Well, I think it's a good time to move on down the line and talk about the Devourer of Worlds himself, aka Galactus. Galactus is the sole survivor of the 6th incarnation of the multiverse. Originally, Galactus was a humanoid named Galen, born in the previous incarnation of Earth 616 on the planet Tar, a paradise-like world whose civilization is said to have been the most advanced of any of the known universes of that time to the sciencer Taya. However, the 6th infinity and all of its universes were in their final stages of collapse due to the multiversal renewal cycle being consumed by the abstract entity known as the Black Winter. When the cosmos was going to meet its natural end, Galen was then approached by the embodiment of the 6th infinity, the sentience of the multiverse, who merged its essence with the mortal Galen, this way giving birth to a new entity who would survive the multiversal renewal. Galactus, the Devourer of Worlds. The Black Winter presented an alternative account of Galen's survival, claiming it had spared him and turned him into Galactus to mark him as its herald. After the multiverse ended its renewal cycle, the 7th cosmos was originated from the ashes of the 6th infinity, and with it, its new embodiments, eternity and infinity. The newborn Galactus eventually ended up in the 7th iteration of his universe, now called Earth 616. Now that's going to round up a little bit of Galactus. I'm going to go ahead and talk about his hacks and abilities, talk about the Big G, and see what he has up in his disposal. As we know, Galactus is able to convert physical beings into many things, such as an insect or even as pure energy. This dude can bend, alter, and defy the known laws of physics. Physics manipulation is the ability to distort, alter, and manipulate the laws of physics and the fundamental forces that govern natural phenomena in the universe, such as velocity, momentum, inertia, and nuclear forces. As a result, one is able to replicate virtually every phenomenon possible in nature or through science and cancel it just as easy. Heck, Galactus's own existence bends time, influences the past, present, and future simultaneously, which is absolutely insane. It's directly stated by Reed Richards that his mere presence can alter reality. The Big G is capable of erasing all emotion from one's soul, making them completely subservient to his will. Galactus can perceive individual atoms across the universe, hear the falling of single leaves on planets light years away, and can feel every thought and every emotion in the souls of entire populations, and is able to perceive Thanos even when the Titan used the Infinity Gauntlet to conceal himself. Galactus possesses phenomenal telepathic powers that rival, if not completely surpass, that of the All-Father himself, aka Odin. By the way, Galactus imbued Norrin Rad with a portion of the power cosmic, transforming him into the Silver Surfer. Why is this important? Well, let's just say Anything Silver Surfer can do with the power cosmic, Galactus can do better. We've seen Silver Surfer fight back and destroy the mental intrusions of the other's creations by channeling his power into his mind. The Surfer proceeds to destroy their dimension of consciousness. The Surfer freed himself of the goddess's control over him and resist a psychic blast from Moondragon, an already very powerful telepath whose powers are amplified greatly by the Mind Gem. When Moondragon used a similar attack on Professor X, she put him in a coma. Heck, the combined telepathic power of Professor Xavier and Magneto does absolutely nothing to Galactus. I'm sure some of you are wondering, where's the ultimate nullifier? Is that going to be included? Well folks, ask and you shall receive. Of course it's included. The ultimate nullifier is an essential part of Galactus. The ultimate nullifier can completely erase its targets from existence, wiping all of their actions and the effects of them from time and space. To sum it up, the ultimate nullifier can eradicate physical objects, souls, timelines, concepts, and abstract entities such as eternity himself. Galactus is essentially nigh omniscient. For those of you who don't know, characters that are nigh omniscient have knowledge of nearly everything with only minuscule gaps existing in their knowledge. Galactus is a literal force of nature as he represents equity, a balance between eternity and death. R2, the Watcher, gained cosmic revelation from eternity and concluded that everyone would be very, very sorry if they lived in a universe without Galactus. Galactus exists in and can attack his enemies on hundreds of different planes of reality at once. Galactus is a natural part of the universe and is essential to the cosmic ebb and flow and to the stability of the cycle of life and death, creation and destruction. Death herself considers Galactus to be her sibling and also claims that his role in maintaining the universe is more important than hers. Galactus is a non-corporeal force of nature, and so every living being sees him differently. So that's going to round up both Beerus and Galactus. I'm going to go ahead and break this fight down to see who would win more often not in an equal stats situation. Okay, so looking at this fight from both sides have win cons. I think this match is pretty interesting. It's very back and forth. I don't think it's one-sided at all, in my opinion. I think Beerus is definitely going to give Galactus a thing or two in combat. Beerus could use pressure points. He could use chi attacks. Definitely the energy nullification could help him too, in certain regards. So he could cancel out some of the cosmic attacks that Galactus performs, just like the standard energy blast that he could perform. I definitely think that Beerus has a lot of resistances against some of Galactus's standard stuff like transmutation. He'd be fine, or even if he did get transmutated, he'd still be able to fight in that form. We've even seen Vegito literally box up like Buhan, who turned him into a literal piece of candy. I think he turned him into a jawbreaker. So I think he'd be able to resist those pretty fine and pretty casually. I think probably the good win con for Beerus could be the pressure points. The martial arts could help. Definitely could tag Galactus with some pressure points, but I don't think that's going to be super effective in this fight, especially given the fact that Galactus's existence is just so fundamental, and Galactus just has many ways to come back in this fight as well. Galactus himself is just he's so necessary, he's so fundamental. He has his own kind of like type 8 as well, so it's very hard to take down. Now, Beerus could use the Hawkeye to try and erase him from existence, but I don't think it'd be able to affect him on such a level. Like, Galactus's existence is way too fundamental. Like, his abstract existence is just vastly, like, above just standard, normal, conventional existence. He's just built too different. You know, just like his fight with the In-Betweener, he's able to scrap with the In-Betweener, who's literally a concept of a concept. So that's some really good and impressive levels of fundamental existence. So I don't think the Hawkeye would even work on him. He'd probably feel it, but he'd more so just smack it away more often not, in my eyes. I think the massive issue here, I think as the fight progresses, once they start going back and forth and countering each other, I think the biggest issue is the ultimate nullifier. I think if Galactus busts out the ultimate nullifier, I think that's a GG. I do not see what Beerus can do. It's just way too fundamental. Like the existence erasure, that thing literally erases abstracts, concepts, time, space. It erases you from all these levels. It's just so fundamental than just standard Beerus' standard Hakai, which, yes, it's impressive. It can erase you from past, present, and future, which is also impressive, but Galactus also has a resistance to that too, so he'd just be fine altogether. I don't think that's going to really do much to him at all. So more often than not, from my interpretation and from what I've seen for both sides, I have to give victory to Galactus. He's just way too fundamental. He has some hacks that could help. The Ultimate Nullifier can definitely put in work. I think Beerus would definitely be able to put up a fight in the situation with his own resistances. I would give this to Galactus probably like mid plus. It'd definitely be higher into mid difficulty. Like, this battle is like no low diff whatsoever. It's not a stomp in any way, shape or form in equal stats. But yes, thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like, comment down below, and of course subscribe. It's been your boy Captain Forest. I'll see you guys in the next one.